In Genshin Impact 4.8 patch, we'll see the rerun of Navia and Nilou in the first half, and the release of Emilie and Yelan rerun in the second half. HoYoverse has also released the 4-star characters and weapons on the first phase banners. Now you might be asking yourself, who should you pull for? Navia, Nilou, Emilie, or Yelan? Navia and Nilou are both amazing units who perform extremely well in their niche. Navia is a very flexible and strong Geo unit that synergizes very well with other elements of Pyro, Electro, Hydro, and Cryo for crystallized shields. Her teams are not expensive to form. They're quite flexible and fairly quick-solve and easy to use. Her personal damage is also really good. If you want a strong Geo unit that can play with other elements, definitely consider her. Nilou is an amazing unit whose teams are one of the strongest AoE teams in the game. However, her premium teams usually need Nahida to perform well. You can get away with using some 4-star Dendro options like Kole and Yao Yao, but they are not as strong compared to Nahida. Aside from that, Nilou can only perform her best abilities with teams consisting of Dendro and Hydro only. If you have any other element in the team, you won't get the support capabilities Nilou offers. The 4-star characters on Navia and Nilou's banner are Kirara, Kaveh, and Ningguang. None of these 4-star characters are insane by any means, but they can be quite good. Kirara has a very solid Dendro shield, however, she will also be free if you take part in the 4.8 event. Ningguang is a pretty okay DPS, but she's quite known to be a bit clunky as a catalyst user. Kaveh is similar, an okay Dendro DPS and support, but not exceptional by any means. Overall, unless you really like these 4 stars and you don't mind getting Navia or Nilou, then I would not recommend pulling for these characters. As for the weapons, starting from the right, we have the Bell, ew, Eye of Perception, ew. Dragon's Bane is pretty good for Xianglin and Yao Yao in some teams. And then we have Zyphos Moonlight, a really good EM and ER sword, very good for Kazuha, but honestly, you can just use Favonius on him. And then there's Rust, which is okay with Yoimiya or Child, but still ew. For 5 stars, we have Key of Kaj Nisud, or also known as the Paddle, and it looks very jarring on Nilou. It's a very strong support sword in EM-related teams, good for Nilou or even Kuki. But again, Nilou is so strong even with just a dull blade, so you really don't need to pull this sword on her. Verdict is a sick axe with crit rate substat and some attack. It works very well as a stat stick, but not many characters can use its Geo Crystallized Shield passive. Pull this only if you really love Navia, otherwise she has a very solid option in Serpent Spine, a 4-star Battle Pass weapon, or the event-only 4-star Melusine Claymore is okay too. In the second half, we have Emilie, a new Dendro unit that specializes in burning. As a new unit specialized in this reaction, she brings a unique gameplay that will allow the usage of some new teams and character combinations. However, we don't fully know how well she will perform yet until she is tested properly on live servers. Yelan is one of the most amazing units in the game, whose damage as an off-field character can very often rival your on-field character, or maybe even surpass it. She also applies Hydra often for reactions and buffs your active character. In essence, she performs very similarly to Xingqiu. I mean, look at her hairstyles. But she has slightly less Hydra up, unless you get her constellations. So if you ever wanted to have another Xingqiu on your team, she is your pick. Even though her and Xingqiu have very similar roles, she also works very well with Xingqiu in some teams too. So TLDR, who should you pull for? First of all, pull for characters that you like, whose playstyle interests you, and who can bring strength to your current team. None of these characters are must-pulls, and considering that this patch is right before the new region of Natlan, you might wanna save up your Primogems for the new upcoming characters. The final verdict is... Get it? Because verdict is on the banner. All things considered, Yelan is one of the strongest supports and off-field damage dealers. If you severely lack Hydra units or don't have Xingqiu, she is a strong option to pull for. Aside from her, Navia, Nilou, and Emilie seem to be solid options too, so pull for who you like or whose gameplay benefits you. Navia is a solid Geo DPS and support, and Nilou shines exceptionally in AoE content as a bloom enabler, while Emilie is a new support specialized in burning reactions. Hey, I am Estelle, and I hope this short review helps you in your pulling decisions. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or catch me live on Twitch. Until next time, bye!